Quick, let's start. Go.
Yeah, everything's working. So anyway, I just want to address something real quick.
Go on.
Dave, you said you were going to show us because you
Oh,
got
gosh.
your new mic. So you definitely showed us, didn't you?
Well, yes, fuck off. It was because there's as you know, Mark, on the back there's a audio out for headphones, isn't there?
There is.
And I don't use wired headphones. I use Bluetooth. So Zoom was sending everybody else's audio to the microphone. So I went to go and find headphones, and then I couldn't find any.
No, dude, no. What you want to do? You want to get something like Bagpuss headphones, something proper stupid British.
I'll go on eBay and I'll just buy like random child's headphones and just wear a different pair.
You can buy the cat ears also just to clip on, you can get like little pink ones and just clip them on.
Well, maybe, you can make it a joke and be like, oh, I got sent these really sophisticated headphones. What do you think?
They sound absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame it's not the ones I got in the drawer for my little one. They're like little girly pink ones, but they got a unicorn horn in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll be up for that. I've just got to remember. I've just got to remember not to touch the table now, because otherwise it sounds like this.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't forget, don't do it.
The lack of reaction suggests that no one heard anything.
Dave,
so
you messed yourself up.
I won't worry about it. Hello.
Everything's gonna be fine. Remember, everything's gonna be fine. Fucking liar. Dave,
got to remember not to touch the table.
Dave, you lie like a cheap Japanese watch. I tell you.
I don't know what happened. I'm back.
Hey, you're back. You're back.
Hey.
When you reminded yourself not to touch the table, which you did, and then you messed everything up. Oh, I think you're frozen again.
You're not uploading, are you, Dave?
Wait, yourself not to
What's going on?
I think he's frozen again.
Yes.
Okay,
I can hear you guys.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yes. Hello.
And it sort of goes on and on like that for a while.
Shall we do a formal introduction?
Let's do an introduction. Tamara, do you want to be Tamara or Draz?
I don't know. I saw my name was Baby Driz, and so I just joined as Baby Driz. But my real name's Tamara, so I don't know. I normally answer to Tamara.
Okay. Well, I'll call you Tamara. I feel weird calling you Baby Driz when I couldn't actually see you.
Yeah, I'm not actually a baby.
Yeah.
But no, Driz or Tamara is fine. I like my name.
I wanted to check what you wanted to be for the thousands and thousands of viewers,
Oh yeah, for my big moment. Well, no, on Twitch I actually still go by Baby Driz, but yeah, it's a bit weird because what if I have a baby and then
Then you'll have baby Draz.
Yeah, right. It gets a bit complicated. Junior. Yeah, it gets a bit complicated.
Squared.
Oh no! And then you have twins, and it ends up being cubed. It's just a whole mess. I don't know if I can.
Just don't have to just have the one then, and then your problem will be solved. So you don't have multiples.
I don't think twins are optional.
Genetics work like that.
They're not optional.
Doctor goes, and you're pregnant. You go, I just want the one, thank you kindly.
Yeah. I'll take one to go.
Well, I have a bit of shit news for you. There's 8. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, like the Octomom. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no thanks.
Octomom.
Need to get lots of sponsorships and stuff. I don't think they paid for much when they had the 8 kids, did they?
Well, they got a lot
she
of...
paid for it, all right. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Probably.
That's one dealt with next.
You'd have to set up like a conveyor belt system, wouldn't you?
Like those YouTube shorts. Would you like to double it and give it to the next person? Yeah. And she accidentally said yes.
Yeah. Well, no, she said no. It was the person before her that said yes, and then she said. I never really understood those. It's like, do you want to double it or give it to the next person? I'm like, hey, I don't really understand what you're saying, so I don't get it, and the next person can get more. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, do you want this, or do you want to double it and give it to someone else? Like, I don't know. What's stupid?
Well, what is it to begin with? What's in it for me, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Most people were just like, give it to someone else, quick! Like, get me off this camera.
Yeah, probably.
Stop accosting me at the water park. Okay,
That
come on, let's do it because I've got a.
Oh yeah,
time limit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of children. I have to pick because it's 12:41. I have to leave at 2 to go pick them up from school. Just
Yeah, you're not allowed to sell them to medical science anymore. So
no, I don't think they'd learn anything anyway. There's nothing particularly egregious going on there.
no,
Anyway,
the other
come on,
thing
let's
is
go.
you get a bit.
So who starts? Dave? I think he
Dave can start.
Yeah.
Dave, we'll let Dave start.
Okay, hang on. Just to make sure, is the recording set up correctly?
It
With
is
like all
it's
observers
recording
or whatever it is. I don't know.
It's
Everyone in a
it's
grid.
recording from my end. Are you recording?
So what I did on my end is that I put the view on gallery, so I have everybody up.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And I'm doing a recording through my graphics card, so I hope it also gets
Show off.
audio.
Awesome.
Oh.
I
So,
built
yeah,
my computer, I put tender loving
Oh.
care into this thing. So I'm
getting
gonna
a new
show it
computer
off.
tomorrow. Woo.
Oh, nice.
It's only a loan.
Anybody else?
Well, you're to be
No.
fair, Mark, you're getting a new computer in a couple of weeks. Stop moaning.
I don't know anything about
Oh, I will
computers.
be.
I just turn it
Yeah,
on and it works.
that's true.
That's
Thank
as
you,
much
Dave.
as I need to know.
I mean, that's the dream, ideally. Like, it just works, So,
I'm actually using my mother's computer at the moment. I had to borrow it.
oh no.
Desktop.
Oh, no.
No,
What have you got?
it's exactly the same. She's got the same MacBook Air as me, but
Okay.
mine died, losing scripts and all sorts with it. My insurance company are fixing it. Well, they're not going to be able to fix it because it's fucked, but I have to give it to them for them to say, yes, we can't fix it. So they're giving me a MacBook Pro on loan tomorrow.
Nice.
Ooh. Sorry. Now Mark's made my throat all funny.
Right, I'll introduce us and then...
Does that sound a bit weird?
Yes, that did sound a little weird.
Sorry.
That's going to be in the outtakes.
I was going to say something else and then I didn't. And it still came out weird. Sorry.
God damn.
Are we ready? Are we good?
Okay, carry on.
Good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All good. Just wipe tears from my eyes.
Yeah, all good.
Sorry. Okay, go.
Sorry, the wiping tears from my eyes gone.
Okay, we're all crying.
Yeah, we're all crying. This is a great way
This
to
didn't take
start.
that long, did it?
Okay, I'm good.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Only in the UK. Katy is back again. I believe Katy's now permanent, hopefully.
Am I? Woo!
She sounds surprised, but we did check, I promise.
I'm permanent.
Mark is here, and we have special guest, Tamara. Say hi, Tamara, and
Hello.
tell everyone who you are.
Hello.
I'm Tamara. I sometimes help Dave with things, like writing titles and some descriptions on YouTube.
Yeah,
But,
if you found one of my videos because of a tag, it Tamara did that.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's honest work.
Hey, you've done some research for me as well in the past.
Oh, well, it all started with this pen. It was a multi-tool pen, which I think you're still supposed to give away to someone. But
Yes.
yeah, it was a quite a arduous journey trying to find it. But we did find it eventually in Belgium, and somehow got it to Dave. And so now I have a pen that has like 30 knives in it. It's the coolest thing I own.
I have a couple of them. If I can't remember his name. Katy, do you ever read through the comments and you see the guy who says starfishes on everything?
I don't know, maybe. Who is it?
Starfishes love this, or
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't looked at the comments for a while.
I think it's actually I know his name. I nearly said his name, but that's because I see it as a YouTube creator. I see their actual name. But Starfishes guy, if you're watching this, get in touch with me via Twitter or something, because you won the pen in the competition and I can't get hold of you to tell you.
Starfish man. Okay, Mark's disappeared.
I am
Mark,
here.
come back.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
Sorry, I
Starfish
stole.
has covered your screen.
Yeah.
I stole your introduction, Drez. Please do continue.
Oh, I didn't know I had more to say.
Okay.
No, I'm
We've
just here
got
for
this.
the
Yeah, the
ride.
next 5 minutes, you've got to keep talking continuously. Go.
Okay, go. So, no, I mean, it's very nice to join you guys today. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, just to offer some insight. I'm an actual American, not just Katy living in the US, but no, I'm actually in the Netherlands. So I come with the viewpoint from EU, and at some point was American, but I haven't lived there in like 18 years almost. So
Oh, he's back.
yeah.
Yeah, you've been all over the place. And what's your connection to the UK?
My dad's British, so I have British citizenship through him. And then back when I was able to come here, I snuck through right before Brexit, and then they let me stay. So that's my connection.
Like little red tape. Just pulled it up just a little
Yeah.
bit, and you just like crawled underneath it.
Yeah, like I mean, I just paid them off a little bit, 60 euros. I got to stay, and it's really nice. The cheese here is really good. It's important. So I like the Netherlands.
It's very important.
Plan to stay
Cheese is
here.
important.
It is.
Cheese
It
is
is.
not very good here.
Oh no, it isn't. Whenever I
I'll tell
go
you
to
what,
America, the
okay.
cheese makes me sad.
Yeah. Although, I mean, they're improving. I will say, though, that living here, my taste in cheese and beer has just totally bottomed out. I'm drinking Michelob Ultra.
Really?
Yeah, out of choice. I don't know what's happened.
No.
Yeah,
It's like carbonated water.
I know. Well,
Oh.
actually, I tell you a lie. I'm actually drinking Michelob Ultra Zero. Doesn't even have alcohol.
That's for
Good
the school
choice.
run, though.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking it right now. I'm drinking water right now.
Oh, I
No,
see.
I'm like in the evening. I just can't. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So I'm because I'm going back to the UK for a holiday quite soon. And even though my parents are not, they don't have drinking problems. When you have not been in that culture for a while, people drink a lot. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm fine. And then like, oh, you sure you don't want this? Don't want some of this? You sure you don't? And then you're like, oh, okay, fine. And then you're just like, woohoo! So
Real
I'm gonna
bit.
be all, yeah, I know exactly. Oh, this is a bit strong. Oh. Yeah, so I've got to get my tolerance back up again, I guess.
No, yeah, that's not going to work with zero.
I know, but I don't know because well, I like working in the evenings, and my husband's away for the next few nights, so that's when I'm going to get some good work done. So if I have the zero, then if I kind of feel like I'm relaxing, even though I'm technically not. But I can't read or write if I've had a drink, even one, because I just can't be bothered. So I know Julian likes to edit with his whiskey and everything, and I'm just like, nope, I just have to go to bed. So I give myself the illusion that I'm having fun and that I'm actually not.
You're lucky. I can't write anyway, so that's fine. Sober, drunk, don't matter. Give me a pen. You won't be able to read what I've written.
I type it. I don't actually write it.
Oh yes, this is true. This is true.
Someone should submit a script to, because we've got his postal address, haven't we? Someone should send him a handwritten script one day. Just
Oh God. No.
no.
Count how many words. You'd have to count how many words as well, like by hand.
Well, you
have
could
to
just
count the words.
Well, you could just
while you're doing
OCR it, couldn't you? You could scan it and have your computer count the
suppose so.
words. Yeah.
See, but that way you write out every single one, and then after every word, you had like after the first one, it's number
top.
1, then 2, then 3,
Oh,
then 4.
I know what I'll do.
Adding up as they go along.
I'm gonna do it. I'll type it and I'll print it out, and then I'll have Bingo write it.
That's like lines from school. What they handwrite out a
Yeah.
multi-thousand word script.
Write out this epic blaze. Off you go.
Good Lord. Well, how many words are they normally? They're not
8 to 10,000
8 to 10,000
for an
Nice.
epic.
Oh yeah.
I did
Yeah. That's quite a lot.
I can say this because by the time this comes out, it will have come out. I did a Epic Darwin Awards one that's been recorded, and I've just submitted another epic for like medical swindlers, which hasn't been recorded because I only Trelloed it about 10 minutes ago. But
What, while you were talking to us, multitasking.
okay, here's the thing: if I start doing another thing, time hasn't started again until that's finished. So 10 minutes ago, this I started this, and that will remain 10 minutes ago until it's finished, and then time will sort itself out again. My head is a weird place to be.
So when you asked if Dave was uploading, he really was uploading.
Yeah, he was.
He really was.
He was in his Trello parallel timeline. I can hear my
literally
cat rooting around in the litter box. It's really off-putting.
Literally did a Simon. There you go. Look at
that. Uploading, that shouldn't really be a problem. I've got 1 megabit broadband. 1 gigabit, sorry. 1 gigabit broadband. 1 megabit.
I was about to say 1 megabit doesn't sound very.
I was about to say that's kind of a weak flex right there.
Yeah.
But okay.
That wasn't meant to be a flex. Yes, 1 mega. We had because my next door neighbor like pre-ordered broadband before it came out in the UK. And when the first broadband release was 0.5 meg, so 512
bits.
Yeah, kilobits or bits, not sure. But when he got it, he drilled through into our house and like network shared with us. So
nice.
It was the two houses all sharing. I think he was paying like £100 a month for it as well at the time. And it was still faster for all of us to share this 0.5 megabit connection than to have dial-up.
God.
Wow.
I remember my mate. I had dial-up, obviously. I went around my mate's house. He's like, "Oh, check this," and they just had the was it the ISDN line put in, 128 kilobits.
Oh yeah, and then you could get dual ISDN as well.
Yeah. 256, but yeah, you had the 120, and I was like greased weasel shit that was in comparison to what I had. It was like, oh my god, how fast is this? You know, like you've only got to wait like 15 minutes for a single MP3 track.
Yeah.
I downloaded a Mac OS update the other day, and I think it was 16 gig, and it only took like a couple of minutes. And whilst I was waiting for it, I was like, if I'd had to do this over dial-up, it would have taken literally days.
Yeah. I know, it's really fast. Well, because I always have updates, but because I'm in the middle of doing stuff and I have all these things open, I'm always like, oh, I'll wait till I finish doing this and then I'll do the update. And then, the update takes like 2 minutes, not the 2 hours I'm expecting. And then it will reopen everything anyway.
Yeah, you might as well just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Go get a coffee, come back, and it's done.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that swipes away the update every time.
Yeah. No, me too.
And never fails to trigger at least somebody because there'll be updates waiting for like a week. But I don't know. And eventually your phone's going to force a restart anyway and like just do it. So I just wait for it to do that. And then I just don't wake up for an alarm one morning because it reset in the middle of the night. And then that's a problem for future me, I guess. But I don't know. It just seems terribly inconvenient whenever they pop up. It's always at a very bad time.
Yeah, and it always says, oh, it will update automatically if it's like charging and whatever. And it's like, well, my phone is doing that a lot. Yeah, locked and charged. And I'm sure it's doing that, at least 20% of the day anyway. Why doesn't it just do it by itself? Ugh, do I have to do everything?
The only thing I always make sure I update now is my camera driver, because if it falls too far behind, it stops working. And then it inevitably needs an update when I'm just about to start doing like this, or the pints and ports I did with Simon. I was like, okay, now you need to update. I'm like, no, I'll do it later. It's like, no, now is the time. For fuck's sake.
Attention. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Actually, I had to do that with Zoom.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the first time with this, I was like, oh, I'll just join the meeting. Oh, no. But it didn't take very long.
I had to install Zoom this afternoon. I remembered. In fact, I wouldn't have remembered if Tamara hadn't messaged me to say, is there a link and stuff for the thing? And I was like, oh, I better do that. And then, again, this isn't my laptop. So nothing was on it. No camera, no microphone, no Zoom.
I mean, we've got 4 great minds together, so, we can figure it out. We'll get it working.
Yeah.
It's the worst that could happen.
I'd say 3 great minds. I was going to say 3 and then me.
Oh, I was
about
going to take the
computers.
half.
I'm like, I'll take the 0. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I can tell you if I can hear you. That's about it.
Works. That works.
So we do
So
have
what
some topics.
Yes, what is the topic, Dave?
We'll have 2 topics, but should we start with British TV shows and their reception around the world? Because I
Yeah,
can't remember the other
sure.
one right now. Hopefully one of you 3 will.
Yeah, I
Oh.
remember it. I don't know if I'm going to say it right now in case we don't get onto it, but yeah.
No, fair. So, well, I've always been older in my television appreciation because my dad is old. So I grew up watching Only Fools and Horses and stuff like that. Some mothers do have them, which I believe is probably banned now.
I wrote that down on my list. Some others do have them. Yeah. Check. Oh, Betty.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that,
I
Tamara?
haven't seen it recently.
I've never seen it. Never even heard of it.
The main character is a guy called Frank Spencer, who's he would have been described with the R word back in the day, I suspect.
Oh, I don't know about that. He was just a
Okay,
bit
okay.
of a silly Billy.
Very, very, very kind-hearted, but
A bit dim-witted.
Trumpian in his IQ, shall we say?
Okay.
He's what Trump would be if he'd had a lobotomy, kind of.
He wasn't that bad. He was just a simple soul. I don't know. Well, he was married. Well, I don't know if that says anything. But maybe that says more about his wife.
Wait, yeah, that's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like dating a child, essentially.
Yeah, I guess.
It was like he was like a 9-year-old child, I would say.
Yeah.
Very, very well intentioned, but
in a man's body.
Like really not prepared for the world.
Okay.
Not at all. And then he went on to star in Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that was when I found that out. I was absolutely
Really?
What a weird fact.
Michael
like,
Crawford.
what? Michael Crawford, yeah, because I loved Phantom of the Opera, and then I was like, Michael Crawford from someone.
That's such a strange arc, like a character.
I guess he had to. He was just trying to show that he wasn't really a dim-witted whatever guy.
You played your role so well.
Yeah, he was actually like an actor that could sing quite well.
So you're saying about that and being banned. What about oh God, what was that one with Alf Garnett in? Do you remember? Does anybody remember that?
I never watched it. I can't think what it's
called.
Was
it In Sickness and in Health?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Well, because he always just played like the same character in anything he did, didn't he?
Yes,
like some
and it was
old racist man.
Yes, he was incredibly racist. It was unbelievably racist. And yet it was one of the more popular things on TV at the time.
What was the one?
Oh my God.
Love Thy Neighbor.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Can't say I've seen that.
Oh my God. It was basically a white family living next to a not white family with all the racial stereotype jokes you can possibly think of. Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I don't remember that one. Maybe it was on ITV.
It was early times. I mean, they couldn't show it now. I think they struggle. There are some Only Fools and Horses episodes that you don't see anymore because they're a bit risque.
Wasn't there something? There was one that Spike Milligan did one.
Gary.
And it was. Hi, Gary.
My cat.
Okay, Gary.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Sorry.
Spike Milligan.
Okay, got sidetracked by a cat. Spike Milligan, and
There's a
he
joke
was.
there.
Yeah. I wasn't going to go there.
There isn't.
I was not going to go there.
No joke.
Monetized now. Gotta behave.
From what I remember, it eventually got banned, but it was he was supposedly portraying an Indian or a Pakistani person, and of course he had been what we would call blackface.
Brown
Now?
face.
or yeah, it would have been brown faced. So he was like that, and of course he's used all the stereotypical stuff and what have you. But I think that actually got banned
Or was
eventually.
that because Peter Sellers did that? There was a movie called The Party with Peter Sellers, and he was like an Indian. And the thing is, like, my mum is Nepalese, so she's from Nepal, so I'm like half Asian. But we used to watch that and think it was the funniest movie like ever. And we'll still say things from the movie now. Like, I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I was like birdie num nums and stuff like that. Like, it was just the way he said it. It was so funny, and she didn't find it offensive. I mean, me and my sister were only kids at the time, but it was just a funny film. But yeah, if I watched it now, I would probably be like, oh, why did they do that? But yeah, it was like an Indian guy going into this party and like creating chaos. But yeah, it was Peter Sellers, who was not an Indian person.
That's like, have you ever seen the Kumars at number 42?
Yes, a bit. I saw Goodness Gracious Me, and then I think I
Goodness Gracious Me was brilliant.
Oh yeah, we loved that. It was
So when they go out, I love the when they flip the stereotype and they went out for an English. And they're all sitting there taking the piss out of the waiter, and that was utterly brilliant.
Have any of these shows made it to the Netherlands?
Doubt.
No, so
strangely.
Well, here's the thing. Dutch TV is it's a bit odd, right? Like, I swear they probably have a channel where they're running like Pawn Stars 24/7.
And Big Brother. That's the only other thing I know Netherlands does. It's Big Brother.
They do have Dutch Big Brother. They do love that sort of thing. MTV still has their shows here. They have Teen Mom and stuff. They love that shit.
I watched the first season of Teen Mom.
I did too. I did too. And the thing is that, so I like to joke that when I first moved here, I spent a lot of time watching TV because I was kind of learning Dutch and didn't know what to do. And all the shows are aired in their in the language it was broadcast in, and they just put subtitles on the screen. So they have Investigation Discovery. And so I used to joke that I could describe a crime scene in Dutch before I could actually have a conversation, because I just watched so much Investigation Discovery, because otherwise you're watching Pawn Stars and they're just doing the same shit every day with the crap,
is that a joke
basically.
Or is it true?
When you say porn stars, do you mean like sex or like
no, pawn shop?
No,
like a pawn
like
shop,
pawn
not porn.
shop. Like,
okay. Because I actually thought you meant
porn stars. That's just porn stars. It's just reality TV here.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
PAWN. Yeah, I know. But that's why I was confused. I was like, well,
I think that might be why they called it that, for the clickbait factor.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
Well, the thing is, here you have to be careful because it's been awkward. I used to live with my ex's parents, and nothing could have prepared me for this, because you're sitting there, and then once it gets like close to 12 o'clock, all of a sudden you hear like moaning coming from the next room, and you're like sitting there trying to have a coffee with your mother-in-law, whatever, and it's just commercials for sex workers, and you're like, no.
Oh no.
It took me a little bit. It was a little bit of a culture shock.
Well,
but
that's
now
what they say. Oh, it's just a commercial for a sex worker over here.
Yeah, they pay their taxes. It's fine. But yeah, it was a little bit of a culture shock. But now I find it quite funny. So yeah, you get used to it. Other than that, though, like Top Gear is very popular here. Things like that. But yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of American TV shows here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like American media kind of dominates everything a bit.
It's really funny, isn't it? With the American TV shows, you get a lot of British American crossovers that work. The Office, for example.
That's about the only one. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like
three
either
more.
of the offices. Yeah. I'll settle for two.
But then you get ones which really, really, really did fall flat, and the one that springs to my mind's Red Dwarf.
I was just gonna say,
I didn't even know there was a US attempt.
They made a pilot.
They did.
I don't think they made any more.
It was horrible.
It was not good.
Horrible.
I forgot about that.
I have it somewhere. I'll put it on my Dropbox and send it to anybody who wants it.
Oh no, I can't. Yeah,
it is cringeworthy. Because if you've seen the British version of it, and you like the British version, and then you watch the American version. It's like, oh my God, no, no. Why would you do this? Why?
Yeah, I
Just
don't.
no.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big question most of the time. Is like, why? Why even bother? But now it's all changed because of streaming platforms. A lot of the time, you don't have to do the remake because whatever program is available, it will get licensed to other territories and whatever. So you don't necessarily have to do the
Especially if you
remake or
have,
whatever.
especially if you have Surfshark VPN.
Ooh.
Oh, here we
Maybe if
go.
you use code unknown. I don't know if that's a code
No,
for
no,
it. I can't
don't
remember.
use code unknown. Use my affiliation link in the
Oh,
comments.
sorry. Forgot where I was. Yeah, I think I was just lying. Sorry. Dave
Yeah,
can't
probably.
see
I
I'm
bet it
wearing
is one.
I'm wearing my Decoding the Unknown t-shirt just in case people, so that people can subliminally go and to this channel.
I need to.
Yeah.
I've got one of the original Casual Criminalist notebooks. I should put it on the table when I'm recording.
Yeah, just hold it up like this and everyone will just look at it.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, talking about the remakes, there was a there was a British sitcom called Birds of a Feather, that my dad was weirdly obsessed with. I think he really fancied. Who would it have been? Looking back at it, I'm not
Dorian.
sure.
Pauline Quirk?
No, he no, it wasn't. No, it was the other one. Linda Robson, was it? Can't remember. I think he liked her.
Really?
I don't think it was Leslie Joseph. I can't remember. But anyway, there was something about the show he really liked. And weirdly, okay, this is a weird story, but my gran was a pen pal with a guy called Neil Thompson, who was a producer of some episodes of Malcolm in the Middle in the US. I don't know how this happened. I can't remember how it happened. I think they'd been pen pals for a long time. Anyway, my granny was like very traditional old lady. And there's this literal Hollywood producer that she's pen pals with. And he came over. Well, he came over to visit a few times, but one time they came over because they wanted to make a US version of Birds of a Feather. So they took my dad, who was a big fan, and my mum. They went like in this limo to watch a taping of it. And then my dad got all these photos of him with all these stars backstage and everything. And then they made a US version, and I think they made like 3 episodes and then it got cancelled or something. It did not do well. but again, you're sort of like, why? It's a very, because it's it was like a little English relationship with these two women who's, I think, whether both their husbands in prison or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
they were sisters,
yeah,
weren't they?
were they sisters? Yeah. And then they had their posh neighbor and whatnot. So that was like their little dynamic. It's like either you show that in the US or you make something similar, but you don't have to, it doesn't have to be the same thing. Because why don't you just do like instead of just trying to transplant it, make a version of it, or take that situation and do something else. But yeah, the way it just didn't catch on at all. So yeah, there was no long running Birds of a Feather in the US.
You look at some of the others though. I mean, like let's think some of the classics. So Last of the Summer Wine. That was one of my mum's favorites. That just would not translate at all.
No.
Just would not try. 3 old guys up in Yorkshire, just sort of like bumbling around the fields and
the thing is with Last of the Summer.
Like...
The thing is with Last of the Summer Wine though is they didn't even really need. You could have just got up there with a camera. It could have been reality TV.
Yes. Just like Hello. That was like reality.
Oh, hello. I forgot about that. Oh, I used to love that. But then I was thinking, because I just jotted down like some of the sitcoms and stuff that I used to watch as a young person. And when I wrote them down, I'm like, these are all old people shows. Like there was no kind of like younger aimed sitcoms and stuff. Or maybe I wasn't allowed to watch them, but I've got like Dad's Army, Keeping Up Appearances, One Foot in the Grave, 40 Towers, Birds of a Feather, Last of the Summer Wine. Some mothers do have them. They're all like old people shows. Even now I'm an older person. They're like still like, the actors and stuff were, none of them were young people or children. And then eventually it kind of
you've just reeled off my childhood Saturday and Sunday nights. You've just reeled them off. Because that's what my mum and dad watched all the time. Yeah,
that's all there was. But then also we only had like 3 or 4 channels right then, so that's all. And so you could only have a set amount of programs, and they were all just old.
I think
shows.
I was gonna say, I think Tamara recognised a few of them, didn't you?
Oh, Dad's Army. Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
my granny loved Dad's Army. She was like stuck in the war. She didn't do anything in the war. My grandpa did. She didn't, but she's just was obsessed with it afterwards, forevermore.
My
Stuck in
granddad
the
used to say it was very true to life of the Home
yeah.
Guard. He was like, "Yep, that's pretty much what it was like."
Actually, we showed my kids a couple of episodes last year, and it was still really funny. There was a lot of
Yeah,
good slapstick and
it's
everything.
timeless. It's timeless.
They like the physical humor. If someone steps on a rake, they're gonna laugh. And it was, a lot of that kind of humor in it as well. Yeah, it's good. So, but yeah, I'm just like, why did we watch like One Foot in the Grave? It's just like about a grumpy old man.
But again, if that came on the telly, I wouldn't. Well, I don't have telly.
I wouldn't watch it.
I would. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change the channel.
Really?
It'd be like looking in a fucking mirror for me. So
Well, you've got a bit more hair, but that's
yeah,
only
about it. Still a grumpy shit.
But I think that in the UK, you guys get really good like panel shows, and I feel like other countries don't. I can't remember the name. Oh my gosh, Graham Norton's show.
The Graham
Yeah,
Norton.
like-
Graham Norton.
Yeah.
Yep.
And things like Taskmaster and stuff. We don't really get them in other countries.
Taskmaster. Yeah.
And
that's pretty good.
I mean, these shows are so funny. They can be
Think-
so funny. And the thing is, other countries, we just don't really.
I did allude to this earlier on. So Michael McIntyre, he does or did. I don't watch live TV anymore like everybody else. So it was on a Saturday evening, and he had a program, and there'd always be some sort of guest celebrity who was up in the box. And what they would do is they would take their phone off them, get them to unlock it, and they would send a text message to all of their contacts, literally one message, and see who replied. And there was some quite high profile celebrities on there, and some of the messages that he sent, you'll have to look it up at some point or another. Some of the messages that got sent, they were really pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Really pushing it.
I'm just trying to think of like who's on my phone. It's just like a load of old babysitters from places I don't live anymore.
My phone would, a year or so ago, it wouldn't have been. I mean, the most famous person on my phone at that point was Simon. But I'm doing a script for a video, a thing about Kevin Mitnick, he's dead now, but he was like the most prolific computer hacker in history. So I read all his books, and then I tracked down all the people in them, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this thing. And loads of people, quite famous people who ended up knowing Kevin after he got out of prison and started doing ethical hacking, were like, yeah, I'll talk to you. There's a while ago, I was looking at my WhatsApp thing, and the top 5 people in my WhatsApp most recently messaged were millionaires from America and Germany, and that. I was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
And then you get a message from me and just blow it all apart.
I'd rather talk to you, Mark.
Oh,
Liar.
No, you do a lot of research to make me feel very inadequate. I don't do that one. I don't go around. Actually, I did try and contact one person once, but he never replied. So that's the
thing, though. Like with what I do, if there's an email address on someone's website, I'll email them. If I know I'm going to be working on something for a couple of days, I'll email them, and if they email back, win. You've got an original quote or whatever. Like when I did the vaccine script for Into the Shadows, I reached out to Brian Deere, who's the guy who sort of brought down Andrew Wakefield, the guy who invented the MMR scare.
Mm-hmm.
I emailed him, and he emailed me back, and we just had a bit of a chat. It's weird how many people, especially if you write for whom you are researching on the email, it adds a little bit of sort of credibility clout to it, and people do. Lots of people will talk to you.
Yeah. Well, I suppose most of the time, if I'm just like, I did one on the skunk ape of Florida. I guess it's just not really that necessary. I can just get what I need from like from someone's website, or you can kind of understand
I'm sure
what they
there's
probably
plenty
would
of
say.
people, there's plenty of stars from TLC and History Channel that would love to have their time to talk to you about Bigfoot and Sasquatch.
I know. Well, I just feel it's unnecessary. You can like get the gist of it quite easily. There's like no hidden information that's suddenly going to come out. I don't think so.
You won't have seen, but with cryptids and things like that, there's a new advert kicking about over here in a moment that I've been unfortunately had the misfortune to run across, and it's the new Iron Brew advert.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not Iron Brew anymore. Well, it is still Iron Brew, but it's Nessie milk, and they portray themselves as Nessie milkers. It's like, oh, Jesus, really?
That's put me off even
Why?
more. I've
Why?
never tried Iron Brew,
Why?
and now I'm definitely
Yeah,
not going to.
it doesn't really sound like my cup of tea, to be honest.
No.
Milking Nessie. Oh my God. It's gross.
So let's think about like film wise. So I guess the thing the biggest series that springs to mind for me that may have made its way across some sort of water somewhere would be the Carry On stuff.
Well, that's all quite old now.
Oh, I know, I
So
know, I know, but it must have got out there. It must have.
I've
you
never
would have
heard
Because
of
thought
it.
that yeah, the Netherlands might have been quite receptive to that kind of humor back in the day. I don't know. It was all kind of like it was like 60s, 70s, like
very
kind of
tongue in cheek.
yeah,
I'm sure they would
romps.
be receptive to
Yeah.
it. It's a
I
little
think they
bit.
probably would have been at the time, but yeah. Lots of like
Probably even now.
I can only think of like stupid examples of what happened in them, but yeah. And it was like a similar rotating cast of characters that were kind of like, the same people were in each one. And yeah, I only saw a couple of them. I was probably a bit young and maybe
To be
saw my
fair, you only
dad
really need
watching
to
it.
see one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
It's like a Red
Oh,
Hot
do you
Chili Peppers
remember?
album.
Yes.
Once you've heard
Oh
one,
my
you've heard them
God.
all.
Yeah. Do you remember
That's
Heidi
true.
High?
Oh God,
Oh
yeah.
God,
Did you
yeah.
watch Heidi High? I just remember that as well, because that's kind of like Carry On a little bit as well. What's it? Old Sue Pollard. Yeah. Oh man. Are you being served?
That was
I never
another
really
one.
watched that. I just remembered. But yeah, and we
Yeah.
had like loads of stuff.
And
And
then
then oh god.
then you had the slightly more actiony things, didn't you? So you had like the professionals.
Oh, I never really
Um
saw that.
Oh yeah, I think it did make its way over, but I never watched it.
No. What was that? Was that like a kind of a James Bond light sort of thing?
it was a
Is it like
kind of
secret agent thing? I don't know.
a cheap ass Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, okay, yeah. Stuff like that. I never saw that either. But yeah,
That,
as
that,
I
that
say, like Channel 4, I looked this up and I think Channel 4 came into existence like 1 year before I was born or something. So, and then Channel 5, I don't even know when that started, but that was, I remember Channel 5 starting. So,
mm.
and we didn't have Sky or anything. So you literally just had 4 channels. So that's all the choice you had for, decades of growing up or whatever. So there's a very limited amount of things that you could put on because they didn't even have 24, it wasn't even on 24 hours a day, I don't think, was it?
No, you had the test
Those
cards, didn't you?
channels. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I remember
there was very
Repeat.
few programs were even on.
Oh God, I
I
tell you
remember
what, that
BBC One switching off when they used to.
Yeah.
It just used to be snow for.
Yeah. Good
Yep.
night. Whatever.
good
I don't
night.
know what they
And then
said.
you get
Yeah.
the boo
Yeah. Oh,
for a
right.
little bit, and then it'd go off. But whilst it was doing that boop, right, it's one thing you would have been spared then, Dave, was that creepy ass clown
Oh,
and the girl with the chalkboard, and you're like looking at it, it's like, what?
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Why? Why would you even put that up? And that was oh
Yeah, it could have
yeah.
just been, just a sign saying programming will resume shortly or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, exactly. Just a fucking weird clown. It's like, what the hell's this all about? Obviously, somebody had smoked a little bit too much of the peace
Like,
pipe.
yeah, just slap this on here. People get the point.
Yeah.
Programming's turned off. I remember when I was a kid, and then the first time I had gone to the UK to visit my grandfather, I couldn't I couldn't understand why there were only like 4 channels.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I remember that being something that really threw me off because even basic cable in the US, yeah, even that's more than 4 channels. So
Yeah.
I don't know. As a kid, I remember it just being very strange, and then just watching random like documentaries that would come up in between Antiques Roadshow and things like this, you know.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it was Scandal in the Royal Mail and things like this, you know, all these gripping documentaries from BBC.
Oh, Harry Seacombe's Highway on a Sunday.
Yeah, right. So
Oh, Harry Seacombe.
God.
I
But
remember I
yeah,
was watching
no,
the
I
Antiques
know what
Roadshow
you mean.
once.
It's like you look at the TVs, don't you, and you go, right, there's 10 buttons. Why the hell is there only 4 channels?
Yeah, I know. And you'd go and press the because like we had like ones we actually had to, yeah, you had to press the thing on the actual
Yes.
TV before
What are the
you had a
other
remote.
ones? Where's the
Oh, yeah.
rest?
We had a
Yeah,
black and
something
white
else.
telly like that with like 6 selectors along each side, and it would actually drop the tuning crystal in as
What?
when you pressed it down. And they
Nice.
had little dials underneath each channel, so you had to like manually wind in the frequency on each channel. But that had 6, and there were only
Oh
4
my
channels.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could you could
Wow.
tune a VCR into.
Oh
And then
yeah.
Channel 5
We
came
can,
out, and
yeah.
you were panicking.
Yeah. We've only got one extra. The crystals are being used up. I don't even know what those are.
Oh,
That's
I remember when we
crazy.
got a VCR for the first time, and it was way after everybody else had had a VCR. But our one came broken, which was great because you'd be halfway through watching a film, and then the picture would start rolling, and you had to literally go to the floor in front. My dad managed to work this one out when he lost his rag with it. Um, you go to the floor in front of the TV cabinet and slam your hand on the floor, and it would jump the head back into place. And then it would carry on, and it would be absolutely fine until it did it again. And then you'd just be sat there watching a film, and it'd be like, "Oh, go and hit the floor, would you?" You just have to crawl over and smash the floor in front of the damn thing to get it working again. It's like, there you go, it's fixed. 80s technology for you. Top
we had
notch.
something similar with I think we had a PS1, a PlayStation 1, and we had to put it upside down. Otherwise it wouldn't read the disc. So we had to just put it upside down and then go blow on it and put it back upside down so that it reads. Yeah, technology and
God.
it doesn't really improve that much.
Do you know what? You're saying about that? I had a Sega Mega Drive back in the day,
Oh, I
and
had one of those.
I had to take the side panel off it in the end. And when I was to get it to work, I used to have to put the cartridge in and hold the side and pull the board up while I was putting the cartridge in. And then I could then like get it to come on, and then I used to have to wedge a bit of paper under the board to hold it in place to get it to work. I mean, looking at it now, if I'd just taken it apart and raised the board up a little bit, I would have been fine. But God, it makes you wonder. It's like like simple thing. Well, they weren't simple back then, but simple things like that to get things to work again. And it's like, really, were they really that well put together? But then again, you can still find them even now
That's
working.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I've
True.
got an original Nintendo game system at my mum's, and what that come out in '89, I think. The first one of those came out, and that still works. If you have a vintage gaming night, my brother plugs it in, and it still works. I'll tell you now.
Oh, was
an
that the
X,
NES or the SNES?
the NES,
NES?
The Nintendo Entertainment System.
86, wasn't it?
Okay.
Was it 86 they came out?
Not sure. Before I was born.
I don't know.
I'll tell you now though, you buy an Xbox tomorrow
Older
and it
than
won't
you.
work in 30 years.
No,
No,
I think my
no.
sister still has our Mega Drive, which, yeah, I don't think we got it when it was brand new, but it was quite new at the time.
My
Let's
mother
see.
has decreed that I must go and empty all my crap out of her loft. So I'm gonna
Do you know
have.
what? I wish I'd kept my old CC. I had a Commodore 64, and I had literally, the big black bin liners.
Yeah.
I had probably about 6 or 7 of them full of games
wow.
for it and everything. But when we moved up from London, Mum made me throw it out, and she threw out my Transformers magazines as well, which I wasn't happy about because I had all of them from all
Oh no.
305 or
Full collection would have been worth a
350.
few
Oh,
pennies now, mate.
Oh shit.
Thanks,
Not that
Mum.
he thinks about that at all.
We
I
had
know, my husband keeps going on about his stupid garbage pail kids things that somebody stole.
Oh,
And then we looked it up and they
someone
weren't worth
stole it?
anything.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
apparently. But,
Oh.
I'm just like, God, just
We
let
had
it
one of
go.
these 32X attachments for the Mega Drive. And
posh.
well, I,
What's
don't,
that?
I didn't
What's
know.
an attachment for the
It's
Mega
like
Drive?
the 32X thing you put on top where the cartridge goes. But I don't know what it
Okay.
actually was for.
Increase
never
the amount
knew-
of memory, I think.
Oh, maybe.
I
Or
mean,
could
we
you
just
play like
played the
different
same
console
games. Well,
Yeah,
we
I
played
don't
the
know.
same games that we played normally on it, so I don't know why we got it. But I was also too young, right? I was born in 91, so it was just kind of something that existed
Oh
in
God,
my
she's
in
a
my
baby.
peripheral.
She's a baby.
I'm in my 30s. I'm not that much of a baby. Remember, I graduated. I'm now Driz, not baby Driz.
Drizzy.
Yeah, Driz senior now. I got the gray hairs coming. So, but yeah, no, it's kind of amusing because it's like, yeah, these things existed around me, but I don't actually remember their like conceptualization. So it's like, yeah, they existed at some point, but yeah, I don't remember where it came from. I do remember though, like grown men being like, oh, you have Castlevania, let me buy that off you. And like offering me like $25 for games and me being like, I don't know if this has value, and just selling it to them. Yeah, my brother wasn't too happy, but it is what
No.
it is. We live on.
I remember for the Super Nintendo, Mark, we had a converter thing that would load into the top so you could play the American cartridges because they were different, but you had to put a British cartridge in the front. It was like it looked like a space shuttle thing. It's like a huge
Game
stack
Genie
on
or a
top of...
Game Shark, wasn't it? Something like that.
The
Game Shark,
Genie,
Game Genie.
the Game Genie was for the original Nintendo as like a thing you put in between the game and the console, and it let you run cheat codes.
Game Shark was the PlayStation version.
How was it?
Yeah. It was go in the back with the memory.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I never knew what it was for though. It's just like plugged into the back of the console. Was that the same thing for cheat codes?
Yeah, we had one, but it didn't work, so I don't know how it works. So like I would plug it in, but it never worked.
Back in the day on the Commodore 64, I had an action replay cartridge, but before they were made, my dad actually made an action replay cartridge for me. It wasn't as sophisticated as the ones you bought, but essentially it was just a reset switch that soft reset the system so you could break the program in, go in, enter some lines of code into the program, and then rerun the program with the additional lines of code in. So you
edit it on the RAM rather than on the tape.
Exactly. Cool. So once it had loaded in, and that's how you used to cheat on the Commodore 64.
Just delete this boss and that boss. Oh, look, I've completed the game.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's one thing. This is a testament to how much that stayed with me. I remember the cheat code for CJ's Elephant Antics on the C64. Now I think that game came out in the late 80s. Now the cheat code for it is you have to type in on the
Danny's
title
watching
screen
with a pen, like
on the title screen. You got to type in hairy arseholes.
No. Oh
yes.
my God. I thought it was going to be like some, like C /.
Yeah, I was waiting for a string, I must say.
Yes,
I thought it was gonna
nothing
be
like that.
Oh no!
But that one stayed with me.
Yeah, well, it's going to stay with me now as well. Thanks.
The only cheat code I remember was for the Mysteries of the Sith PC game, and if you wanted to skip the level, you open up the console and type in "there is no try," and it would just complete the level and take you on to the next one.
That's good. Sonic on the Mega Drive.
Oh, that's the only one I knew.
That's classic. Everybody knows that one. Up, down, left, right on the title screen.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun though.
Brilliant.
Do you know there's
brilliant.
Do you know there's a cheat unlock code for Alexa?
No, I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, I know.
Tell us.
No one's saying anything. It's like you said the name. Now you've
if you say
invoked her.
You invoke her, and then you say, I think it's up, down, left, right, BA start. Up, down, left, right, BA start. And if you say that, it does a weird thing.
Uh-oh.
So I
I'll
have a
take your
Google
word for that one.
Nest.
Takes over your household appliances.
I have a Google Nest and it does weird shit. I got it for free from YouTube because I got YouTube Music before it was like combined with YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was one of the first like subscribers. So as a Christmas gift, they sent me one of these Nest Minis. This thing is so creepy. It will talk to you without you prompting it sometimes. And so it's like, I remember once I was in the kitchen and I was just like standing there and it's like, hey, Tamara. And I was like, wait,
God.
I was like, yes, Gugu. I call it Gugu because I found out, because I call my dog Boo Boo. And then I said, hey, Boo Boo. And it was like, yes. So I realized it responds to Gugu. But yeah, so I was like, what do you want? And I was like, yeah, just remember, I'm always here if you need me. And I'm like, this is getting a little bit too intimate.
Well, don't be.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll call you if I
Just
want
remember,
you.
Right.
I'm always here.
listening.
Yeah, they're like, they get
Whether you need
really-
me or
Exactly.
There's
It's a
no
bit
escape.
with the red glow. That's perfect, right?
It's beautiful, Dave. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a bit creepy. I don't know how well I would fare with Alexa because sometimes I get angry at my Google and I yell at it in German, but we enabled the German and now it gets all sassy with me and it talks back and I don't know, I can barely handle it. I don't think I can do Alexa.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
she
I'm kind
who
of
must.
stuck with it because my house doesn't work without it. Like,
Yeah, same here.
everything is smart linked. So the other week, in fact, when I was trying to live stream and the internet went down, because I've wired in all the lights and stuff, all the smart plugs and control boxes and stuff are under sofas or behind kickboards or at the back of cupboards. So if it's better, it's worse in my old house because I got fed up with people turning the lights off manually and then Alexa couldn't turn them back on. So I put blanking plates over all the light switches. But then if the internet goes down, you can't do it. Like literally, you can't even turn the lights on.
But you sound like some, like, I don't know, some landlord of some kind of house of horrors or something. You know, someone's like, can't even turn on the lights. He got mad at us turning on the lights, and now he's just like blanked them out.
You can turn them on and off. You just have to ask.
Yeah.
Just ask
Dad.
the all-knowing intelligent.
Not a power trip at all, is it? If you want light, you must ask me.
Turning off the lights. Take this.
No, you don't have to ask me. You have to ask the help.
Okay.
The help.
Yeah, I must admit,
Overlord. Yeah, we don't
I must
have
admit,
any smart stuff.
she who must not be named.
Yeah.
She doesn't get an easy ride here. She gets shouted at all the time because when I feed the fish, I turn the filter off so it doesn't knock the food all over the place. And then I ask her to turn it back on in 5 minutes. And all she does is she keeps telling me that she will turn the explicit filter back on for the music. And it's like, no, that's not why I asked you, was it? But if you say turn the filter on or off, she will do that without a problem. But you ask her to do anything else that's slightly more complex, and the dense bitch can't get her head around it.
Just rename it to something else.
There you go.
Well, oh, rename it to something else. I would, but I'm stubborn, and I'm more stubborn than that thing is.
No, I will continue to get annoyed by this every single time it happens.
But yeah,
my microwave is on it. So if I say turn on the microwave, it will, or turn it on for a certain amount of time, it will. But it's labeled in the app as the microwave. So she says, I will turn on the microwave. Simple things, but you know, it always makes me
Simple
smile a
things.
little bit. I'm like, idiot.
So I remember during our brief conversations through the messaging that there was a little bit of an interlude that somebody had come up with.
Oh, me! Well, I mean, this might be an ending thing now. I don't know. We haven't got that much time, or I mean, you can always carry on without me, but I have a time limit. But well, just because I mean, this is, I guess, my attempt at keeping things on a vaguely UK based track. So I've just found this is just a game that everyone can play. There's 3 place names, and you have to guess which one is not real. They're all places in the UK.
Okay.
So, all right.
Yep.
So the
You want to
first
play first,
ones-
Tamara?
Well, you can all just. There's only 3 names, and I'll just read them. Well, I've done 2 sets, but the first one. So I'll read them out, and then you have to tell me which one you think is the made up one. Okay, ready? Okay. So we've got Titty Ho, Titty Hill, and Titty Mound.
Titty Ho.
I think
Titty Ho,
it's
Titty
the
Hill,
first
and Titty
one.
Mound. 2 of them are real.
Yeah, I think
know-
the first one isn't real.
Yeah,
gonna
it could be
say-
a curveball though. It's only because of Westwood Ho,
No,
isn't it?
you know what? Then I'm gonna go. You're right. And then I'm gonna go with Titty Mound.
All right. So Dave, you say Titty Ho is not real.
I don't think that's real.
Mark, do you say Titty Ho as well?
I'm gonna side with the Titty Ho. Yeah.
Sounds different when you say you put the inference slightly differently, and it's made the whole thing sound totally different.
Sorry,
I say
the
Titty Ho, and you're like the Titty Ho.
Titty.
All right.
Oh God,
so
there we
2
go
for
again.
Titty Ho and 1 for Titty Mound. I will say the made up one is Titty Mound.
Oh, okay.
Well done, Tamara.
Well done.
Leave it to you guys to have a Titty Ho up there. Yeah, I get it.
So Titty Ho is apparently in Northamptonshire. Titty Hill is in Sussex, and Titty Mound I made up.
I knew the second one was real.
That was well done though. That was a really
No,
that was
Titty
clever.
Ho was also real. They were 2 real and 1 fake.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said
Okay.
I knew the second one was real.
Oh, you
just
knew Titty Hill
from
was
knowing.
real. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, you knew Titty Hill. Okay. Dave's been up on Titty Hill. All right.
La,
Do you want
la,
to
la, la,
another?
la, la.
I did do another one if you want to do
Yeah,
another
yeah.
round.
I was gonna
Okay.
say I've also got 3 after if you want, but we
Oh,
can do
okay.
a true or false with
All
them.
right. Well,
Okay.
here's another. All right. Well, here's the next 3 and the last 3 for me. Okay. Sorry. Oh, God. Okay. Sandy Balls, Knob Rise, Brown Willy.
I'm gonna go
And breathe.
B.
Okay, so you think Knob Rise is the made up one?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, Mark, Sandy Balls, Knob Rise, Brown Willy. Any any inklings?
I know that one of them is a real place because I've been there.
Oh man, he's been up on Titty Hill. He's been doing whatever in the other one.
I will go with Brown Willy.
Brown Willy. Okay, Tamara, which
I'm
one do you
torn.
think is made up?
I'm torn because I was gonna also go with the Knob Rise.
Knob Rise, yeah. You can also choose that one.
Yeah, I think I will because that one it sounds too tame.
Okay, Tamara, you are 2 for 2. Knob Rise was made up.
Oh,
So
nice.
Sandy Balls is it's a small place. I think it's probably a jokey name, but it is a real place in the New Forest somewhere. Brown Willy is in Cornwall. Have you been to Brown Willy?
No, I've been to Sandy
Oh,
Balls.
you've been to Sandy Balls. Okay.
It's a camp. It's a campsite.
Yeah. So I thought that was probably like a slightly made up one. Yeah, in the New Forest. And then Knob Rise I made up, but there is a Nork Rise in Surrey somewhere.
God.
So yeah, but anyway, there you go.
Okay.
Lovely. Okie dokie. So these are just place names that I've spotted whilst driving around or
No.
not. Yes, or not, of course. So yeah, just 3 of them I've chosen for today. So yeah, just a true or false. So the first one would be cockadilly.
Maybe we should make this like a who doesn't laugh thing. Because I would.
Oh,
I'm just saying I would lose.
That would be impossible.
Like okay.
I think you made that one up.
Cockadilly. Is that a
It's,
I think that's a real place.
it sounds like it's kind of a twist on Piccadilly though.
Piccadilly.
Or Piccadilly.
Yeah.
Piccadilly. But isn't the sauce? Isn't the sauce?
Oh, the sauce is piccalilli, yeah, but this
Yeah,
is
the
the
sauce.
place.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feels like it's like a mix of the names.
I'm gonna say it's real. True.
False. I think it's
False.
It is true.
Ah.
Yes.
There
Where is
is
this
a
place?
little town, potentially out Gloucester way. I cover quite a few areas. I think it's out Gloucester way. But yeah, Cockadilly,
Nice.
and it is spelt how you think it is.
But with an
Okay.
IE at the end or with a Y?
No, with a Y, with a Y. Who sticks an I on the end apart from Piccadilly?
IE. yeah.
Okay, so the next one, let's see. A nice easy one. Tiddlywink.
Nah, you made that up.
I think that's a
That's-
real one.
That's
it's
just an old
from-
person's game.
Yeah, it is, I think, but
I mean, it is.
I mean,
but
it sounds like something from Roald Dahl. Like
yeah.
it sounds like something you'd hear in like The Witches or something.
I think it's real, or maybe the name of a street or something. Yeah, I think
I
it's
see it being
real.
the name of a street or like a
Yeah.
neighborhood. Okay, yeah, I'll go true, I guess. I guess true.
True.
Dave, we're not very good at this, are we? Tiddlywink, yes, Tiddlywink does exist. It's a
Yay.
little town. Again, probably out Gloucester way somewhere, or maybe even Bristol way. I can't quite remember, but yeah, it's out that way somewhere. But yeah, okay. And the last one, last but not
Brown Willy.
least. No, I ain't gonna go with that one. No, I got to get it right. It is. What is it? It is. Let's go with Cheesefoot Head.
Nah.
Was it an act? Were you pretending to be thinking about this? Or
I know. I'm like, is he just trying to? Yeah. Is
Are
that
you
your
just being
password
clever?
or something? Yeah.
Me being
I'm
clever.
gonna
Me and
say-
clever in the same sentence. No,
Sounds like a red
I'm gonna
herring,
say-
though.
doesn't happen.
Yeah. Just because the first two were true, I'm going to just say this one's false.
Yeah, I'm sticking with no because I assumed he would have made one of them up. So
Yes. I say false.
I feel like this is just, it was too, I don't know, the way you said it's too regimented. So maybe it's true. Maybe you're just, maybe it's true. I'll say true.
You're quite
What
good
is
at this, aren't you?
It was true.
It is true. It is true. It's down Surrey way. It's
Cheesefoot Head.
actually it's actually a hill.
Probably pronounced
Um,
speed or something.
But Cheesefoot Head.
Cheese-
Very weird.
Oh,
Very strange.
never heard of that.
Quite a nice name. I can,
Isn't
I can do
Cheesefoot
a
Head?
couple for you.
It's a terrible
Dave's
name.
now Googling it. Look, Dave's
What,
like,
Cheesefoot Head?
He's like, is he full
Fucking
of
lying.
shit? Let me
no, I was
dig
just
it
checking.
up.
I was just
I
checking
wanna
the time.
Oh, it's 1:43.
All right,
Yeah, check.
I'll
the
give you
time.
some names from the US.
It's 143 with a 2 in front of it for us, Dave.
Oh yeah.
It's okay.
I forgot. I'm in a totally. different
I
one.
spend enough time talking to people in other countries to work out the time difference.
Oh yeah, I forget that I'm an hour ahead.
Cheesefoot head. Okay, cheesefoot is one word. That makes it sound a bit less weird. Sorry, I'm still had to look it up. It's cheesefoot
Right.
head. All right.
So I'll
Oh.
give you a couple. We'll do true false. I think that's easier because I can't like on the spot think of made up ones for everything, I think. So the first one. We'll start with something easy. Blue balls.
Hang on.
Is it a
Are these
real
places?
place?
Okay.
In the
Blue
US.
balls.
These are places
Oh, in the
in the
US.
US.
Oh no.
True or
Oh,
false?
it must
Blue
be.
balls.
I'll go
I
true.
reckon,
They've got a load
yeah,
of-
okay, true.
They've got so many weird names. Yeah, I'll go true.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say true because everybody else did.
It's true. I think it's in Pennsylvania.
I'm not
I'm
asking
yeah.
sure
Alexa.
there are lots
I've
of- I'm
I've
sure there are
seen it.
lots of
I've seen the
blue balls in
sign for it.
Pennsylvania.
But yeah, no, it is true. All right, number
Don't stay
two.
there too long.
Number two, Foggy Bottom.
That's
There
on
must-
Paw
that
Patrol.
must be true. Oh yeah. Oh!
that is Paw Patrol, isn't it?
Wasn't
That's
that the
Paw
guy
Patrol.
from Last of the Summer Wine? He was called.
I was
oh,
gonna say,
Foggy-
is it
Foggy
sounds
Dewhurst.
yeah, yes.
So is it
Those
true or
things-
false?
No, I'm gonna
But
say
there
he
still
stole
might
it from
be-
Paw Patrol. It might be real as well, but
I'll say real, just because.
False.
I'll say true.
So Foggy Bottom is a metro station in Washington, D.C. That every time, as a child, we would pass by, my sister and I would just be overwhelmed with laughter.
Yeah.
And everybody would look at us because we were just children, but we
They're
couldn't
just
stop
like,
laughing. Foggy Bottom.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so for the last one, I'm actually not sure if it's real or not. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If anybody else has one, they should do it. Yeah.
So we put her on the spot and she goes, okay, last one. New
No, because
York.
wait, I'm recording my screen.
Hold
on. I'm recording my screen, so I have to check on my other thing, right? Forgot. It sounds like it probably exists. Wait. How do I spell this?
Oh, no.
I can't spell. Oh, it's a terrible way to find out. Okay.
While someone's watching your screen.
Terrible way to find out.
No.
Julian will see your bad spelling.
No, he won't.
Julian will be just like putting random letters up in front of your page.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, because I had to Google it. You'll know then. I think it's too easy. Does somebody else have one?
No, I already did my research. I've done mine and I've presented it.
Yeah. I really wasn't sure whether or not there was a place called Prostitution, but I thought there was.
Ooh.
And now I'm not
probably.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure. I'll look it up on my maps.
I thought that there was a place in Pennsylvania called Prostitution, but I wasn't sure. And it's like, yeah, they have really weird names over there. Like, they just got some weird stuff.
Well, okay, there isn't. I don't think there's a place called that. The only thing that come up on my maps thing is Prostitution Information Center in Amsterdam.
Oh, well,
and
yeah.
Red Light Secrets.
Oh, Red Light Secrets.
Nothing
well,
in America.
I'll tell you, there's not too many secrets there.
No,
if you have enough money, it doesn't
you can tell by the name.
Although, we went to Amsterdam. We went to Amsterdam on a cruise, but we took Bingo with us. So when we had the 24 hours in Amsterdam, we went to the Science Museum and then went back to the boat.
Oh, nice.
The Science Museum was amazing, but
yeah, Nemo, right? Or I think it's called Nemo. But it's fun.
Okay, I've got one. I've got one for you. Is this or is this not a place in the UK? Wet Wang.
Oh, no.
I reckon that's real.
Wet Wang.
Probably someplace in Wales.
Wee Twang. Yeah,
probably in Wales.
I'll go real. The
Okay.
Isle of Man. I'll go real.
Okay.
True.
Was that all three?
No, it's
Yeah.
false.
Oh.
We got a false. Yeah, it is. It actually is somewhere in East Yorkshire.
Oh.
Okay.
But I was just looking through, and there's like,
Wet Wang.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing in this country? We
don't look at the whole list. I've got to do this again in the future, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but this one's just a road name. It's Minge Lane.
Yeah, I think I knew that one.
I do. I know some. I know something about that.
Do you now, Dave?
The people who lived there. The people who lived there tried to have the road name changed because it was.
I don't blame them.
It was making. The sign kept getting stolen, and they the property value was significantly decreased. Like apparently there's an Uplands Avenue nearby, and the same houses were like 15 grand less in value for being on Minge Lane.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Sounds like an amazing lane, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's also a Bell End.
Yes, yep. I knew there. I was going to put that
really?
one in, but I thought, yeah,
there is.
And there's also just what seems to be from his latest video. Well, his latest casual criminalist video. Twat up in the Orkney Islands.
Yeah.
Simon's new favourite word. It seems to be because he said it several times.
I
there's
just
some
can't
big ones.
understand where all these names come from in the UK. Because you do have some really silly ones in the US, but like in the
Don't
UK, it
know.
really takes the cake, doesn't it?
Well, I
When
mean,
I
we
was
got like
searching, I was just searching for to see if prostitution was a place, but as I was typing it in, I got to a certain state and it just said prostitutes, search nearby. And I was like, no.
Looking for prostitutes in your area.
Yeah. No.
this is where you need to go through and you go, oh shit, search history, delete, delete,
Yeah.
delete, delete.
This Yelp review isn't very good.
It was research, honest.
That's why Mark doesn't record his screen.
Yeah. No, that's why I had to look up on my phone while I was, instead of looking on my screen. So I'm going to get into a lot of trouble later. So, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think you will in the Netherlands, will you?
No, and even when it comes to piracy, like the laws here are very very generous, I guess. Yeah, because like if you're downloading stuff, for example, you aren't going to get charged, but if you're uploading, then you get charged with distribution, because then you're a part of the problem. But if something's just available and you happen to acquire it, well, you're not really causing a problem. You're just taking advantage of a situation.
I think it depends on the content.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well.
Well, just like for normal, if you're in movies, games, that sort of thing. Not that I would know anything about it.
No, of course not.
I wouldn't. I pay for my content, yeah. But
so essentially,
worse,
essentially, you just turn into an arsehole on BitTorrent. Because you're just leeching off of everyone else and not giving
no never seed
it. Yeah, basically.
So I hear.
Yeah, something like allegedly.
Allegedly.
Magic word.
Yeah,
it
has it's pretty relaxed here.
It has no legal protection either.
No.
It's just like
no, I don't really download stuff. Not really. Because I have YouTube Premium, I can just download my YouTube for later.
Yeah, I was thinking that's like when you pay YouTube.
Yeah, I just pay YouTube. Because I just watch YouTube. That's basically all I watch.
Download Dave's back catalogue.
Yeah.
I have an app that you can copy a URL from YouTube or basically from any streaming site. You just copy the URL and it rips the video down, which is useful because you don't have to. Some of them are like members sites, but as long as you've got the URL, you don't need. It sort of circumvents the paywall.
Well, that would be a handy trick to know.
Yes, I'll.
Maybe he can send you private later.
Yes, I'll send you a link.
You'll tell me how to avoid doing that later.
I'm very sure this is not an instructional video you should be putting out, Dave.
The thing is, though, it's in the App Store.
It's legit. It's Google certified.
But
you guys use iPhone? Yeah, you guys use iPhone.
It's not on. It's on the Mac App Store. See?
Oh no. Oh,
I'm sure there's a Windows version. I'll have a look. And then I won't tell anyone.
5 a day.
Okay, well, just to let you know, Dave, I've got to go in like a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we play out then?
All right. Oh yeah. Good night. Julian can put the test card in front of all.
Oh yeah, if you can, Julian, if you can put the test card up, that'd be great. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Tamara. You should come back. If you enjoyed it, come back.
If you guys will have me, I'd love to come back. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get to the next talking point next time.
Yes.
We'll do great.
What was the other
first time?
What was the other talking point? I can't remember.
Brits
British
abroad,
people on
wasn't it?
holiday.
Brits abroad. That's it. Yeah, I remember now. So I'll tell you what. Do you want to do? Should we do a part 2? We'll record it next week, and we'll do that. Yeah.
If you guys want,
if everybody
I'm
wants
up for
to.
it.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
And then it just be another video for Julian's inbox.
Okay. Let's give it some extra work. Sorry, Julian.
Thank you,
He
Julian.
loves it.
All right.
Julian's the best. There wouldn't be it. I wouldn't have a channel without Julian. Lorelei's edited a couple of videos for me, but like everything else is Julian and his hard work. So thank you, Julian. Love you.
Julian's the real MVP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Julian
No
will now
BlindDave without
insert-
Julian.
Insert what's it? Breaking Bad meme. You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
I've done it for you, Julian. You don't need to put that one in there now. And then he will.
I have to get some basement booty gear so that we can also.
Oh, I can wear that next time. I've showed
Oh.
this channel. I
Yes.
do have another. I've got a Blazement t-shirt. And by the way, I didn't get these free or anything. I paid for them myself.
Yeah, I
So,
keep meaning to get one of Danny's shirts and wear
I
it. On
didn't
the...
have
Yeah.
to, probably.
I have.
I will
I'll-
have-
I'll wear the Blazement one next week.
Nice.
I will have some preview merch to show you next week.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, are you going to
Okay.
dangle your
Ooh.
notebook in front
No,
of
no,
everyone?
no. There's I don't know if you saw the
BlindDave
Brain
merch?
Blaze where I was talking about fingerboards, the little miniature
Yes.
skateboard things.
Oh yeah.
A guy reached out to me on Reddit and he was like, I can not was it Reddit? Yeah, through Reddit. He said, I can make you some of those with the BlindDave logo on if you like. So I said, do that please. He's posting them
It's
to
gonna be
my
so
office.
cool.
So I'm gonna go and pick them.
Cool.
Hopefully they're there.
Nice.
Because I don't give my address to people who offer to make me skateboards.
Finger skateboards.
But yeah. So hopefully I'll have a couple of those next week. And if people like them, then we're gonna work out a deal.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
All
Very
right.
cool. All right. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you for
I'll talk to
coming.
you guys soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Everyone
see
who's
you
still
guys.
here, make sure you're subscribed, check out Mark's YouTube channel, which will be in the description.
Or not, because it hasn't changed in the last 7 months.
And giving you a gentle kick up the arse. Thank you, everyone, and good night.